I just made it back before that. Hail and a lot of rain. Hello, friends. Welcome back. I got a little wet. I went for a walk. It was sunny. And then, well, you saw those clouds. As I was walking out, I saw those. And I was like, oh, it's gonna rain. And I just made it back, like right as it started. Really pouring. Let me show you what I'm doing. Go out on the porch. I cleaned the chair, this one anyway, and now I just have to do this one. As you can see, it's still yuck. I cleaned off the table. All the plants are doing good. I have not potted those lavender yet, but look at them. They're really doing good. All the flowers are doing amazing. Back inside real quick here. It's kind of cold. So I don't know if that's what I'm gonna do today. I can't believe how wet I got. Or I was thinking about making a video about my weight loss journey. Since I've been in kind of the thread of talking about my past and my life and how I ended up where I am, kind of how I ended up as a hoarder, yeah, I was going to share my weight loss journey with you. So maybe that's what I'll do. And I'll save the chair cleaning for Monday's video. But let me kind of explain things a little bit. My hair is all wet. And windy. It's windy out there. I have pictures. So we're gonna go with pictures, and I'll be putting them on the screen for you so you can see. Some of them might cover me up, but that's not that big a deal. It's where this looser skin comes from. It's not too bad, but I started gaining weight when I was about 7 years old, and I had always been bigger than just about every kid in my class. So it started at 7, and I'll put that picture over here, and then it just kept progressively getting worse as the years went by. I can't exactly remember like how much I weighed when I was in like elementary school, but it was a lot. I used to dread, I don't know how many of you used to have to go through this, but we had a you know what? Hang on. Let me grab my microphone so that you can actually hear me. All right. I grabbed my microphone and the tripod. Light is on. Hoping that you all can hear me. Let me actually stop, listen to the end of this, and make sure that it's recording. All right. It actually worked. So it should be recording. Anyway, what I was talking about was in elementary school, a couple times a year, we used to have to like line up and go to the nurse's office and they would weigh us. And we kind of got weighed in front of everybody, which was incredibly embarrassing. And I don't remember how much I weighed, but I know it was a lot more than all the other kids. So it was mortifying. And the kids called me, their favorite thing to call me was either Miss Piggy or Petunia Pig. And I could deal with Miss Piggy. I don't know why. But Petunia Pig, just to this day, I will not even plant petunias. I don't even look at them. I don't even think about them when I go to the garden center. I just can't do petunias. Yeah, I don't know why Petunia Pig bothered me more than Miss Piggy. Probably because I liked Miss Piggy. I had like a satin jacket that had her on it. And she was pretty. To me, it was almost a compliment because I thought Miss Piggy was really pretty. And she was very confident and very powerful and a little mean. But, you know, we'll forgive her for that. Um, but yeah, Petunia Pig, I couldn't do that. Anyway, we try to stay on this side so the pictures are up space. Um, yeah, elementary school was rough because up until like sixth grade, because we went to sixth grade in my elementary school, they didn't actually start doing the sixth grade in middle school until my sibling got into sixth grade, or it was the year after, one of the two, I don't know. But yeah, once I got to junior high, they didn't do that stuff to us anymore. They did worse things to us, but they at least didn't make us get weighed in front of the entire school. Can't get my hair to be right. Oh well, you'll just have to deal with it. So, most of the pictures that you're going to be seeing are from elementary and then into junior high school. When I got into junior high school, my second year, so eighth grade, over the summer from seventh to eighth, I discovered that I liked boys. I mean, I had liked boys since I was in sixth grade. Maybe, I think my first crush on a guy was in third grade. Diego Martinez was his name. And my friend was dating him. So he didn't see me. He was my friend, but he didn't see me as like a romantic interest. Um, anyway, yeah. There were a lot of boys that I liked in junior high, and so over the summer between my seventh and eighth grade year, I went on my first diet, and it was terrible. I like ate ramen. Like I existed on 2 packs of ramen a day, and That's not healthy at all. But I did lose some weight. I don't know how much exactly because I don't know how much I weighed. It was kind of sad because I was kind of doing some calculations in my head about how much weight that I had to lose. And I figured that I had to lose 400 pounds. And I don't know where that figure came from because I didn't weigh that much. Um, I mean, as you can tell from the pictures, I was probably like 80 or 90 pounds, you know, maybe 50 pounds, 60 pounds overweight. I don't know. Um, but that was like the calculation in my head. And I was okay with it. That was the really weird thing. I was like, okay, I need to lose 400 pounds. And like, I tried to figure out how long it was going to take me. And I think I came up to like 7 years or something like that. But that's how defeated I was. Like, emotionally, mentally, it all tied in together with the trauma that I had from my childhood and the lack of control that I had. Like, my food was something that I could control, my eating, and I was addicted to sugar and carbs. So that was like the biggest problem that I had. And what really hurts me now is that nobody said, maybe don't eat that way or talk to me or ask me anything. I mean, in my family, like, they were all big. And, all right, here's done. It's singing a little song. I don't know if you can hear it. Um, so I just thought that I was doomed to also be that way. And so that after that summer, I did lose a little, maybe 20 or 30 pounds. And I went back to school and felt a little better, but the boys still weren't very interested. I did have a boyfriend, but he wasn't the boyfriend that I wanted, if that makes sense. Um, and he wouldn't even hold my hand, so I felt like we were more just like friends. Um, then my grandma died when I was 12. Like, I was in eighth grade. And that devastated me. And I turned back to food again for comfort. And at that same time, I met the person who would be my ex-husband. um, I don't know if he ever really liked me, but I mean, well, I know from what he told me, eventually, fast forward, um, I don't know, let me see. We had been married for 8 years, so like 10 years of being together. He admitted to me that he never liked me, never loved me, and was with me because I was taking care of him. So it was nice that he was honest with me, and it also actually jump started my journey into weight loss. So I have him to thank for that. And I actually have no ill will towards him anymore. We've talked and reconciled and made amends, and I still send him good, messages for his birthday and Father's Day and stuff like that. But I am not ever going to be with him again. But I forgave him and have love in my heart for him. Um, But that's, I met him when I was 12, going to be 13. So we were actually together for longer than that. So let me do some math here. It takes me a minute to do the math. Um, so we were together for like 17 years, something like that. Um, we got divorced when we had our 9th anniversary, and I married him when I turned 18. So, yeah, I met him when I was 12. We got married when I was 18, and um, got divorced when I was 28. So, you can do that math if you'd like. If I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments. I probably am. Anyway, so when I was 12, I started gaining even more weight because of the depression from losing my grandma. And it just didn't get any better. I kept gaining and gaining and gaining. And I'll put the picture, I have a few pictures from that time up here. And then I have some pictures from right after I got married. And then I know my dress size when I got married was an 18 women's. And I was only 18. So it was pretty big. And then when I had my first son, which I'll also put a picture of here when I was going to have him, I actually only gained, I think, 14 pounds while I was pregnant, but I was already morbidly obese at that time. And then when I had my second son, I had never lost the weight from the first, and I'll put a picture right here of that. I think I only gained like, again, 10 pounds or something like that, but you can see from the picture, I was already really heavy. I had no self-esteem. I had no self-love. I had no confidence. And when you're like that, you end up with people who know, whether they know it up here consciously, but they can feel it, that you will do anything for them. And that's what I ended up with. And I don't blame him at all. I mean, we were both young. We were both not the smartest, streetwise or anything like that. He was basically the first boy that I met, and I didn't think anybody else would ever love me. And he wasn't really that interested in me. We were apart, like, for when I met him, he was just about to move to Phoenix, Arizona. I lived in Tucson. We met at a lake, Lake Patagonia. If anybody is from Arizona, you know where I'm talking about. He was moving to Phoenix, and then we would see him every once in a while. I would see him every once in a while when my family would drive up to Phoenix. And then he moved to Colorado with his family. And then he would come down on the bus to see me, I think twice. And then when he turned 18, he moved into my family house, and we, were separate in separate rooms and everything. But yeah, it was, I think, more of a convenience. And I asked him to marry me, and he begrudgingly said yes. I don't know if that's exactly what he wanted, but I figured he figured that I was taking care of him and probably would keep doing so because I was very codependent. So yeah, we had our first son 2 years after we got married, and then 2 years after that we had our second son. Those are my boys that I go visit in Oregon all the time. So right. Oh, I think the sun came back outside. Um, yeah, as you could see, I was not in the best shape of my life. I actually feel and look better than I did when I was 18 years old right now, and I'm 49. So when I turned, I want to say 25, and I have a picture from there right here. I got on a scale. We went to the mall, and you know those little scales that you put quarters in? Well, I stepped on one, and it said that I weighed 309 pounds and some ounces. And I still remember how mortified I was because I just thought I weighed like 200, 200 and something. But when I stepped on that scale and saw 309, I said, I'm going to be just like my family, and I'm not going to be able to play with my kids. I'm not going to be able to play with their kids. And I didn't want to live that way. So at that point, I went to the place called Curbs. If you remember that place in the 90s, it was like I don't know, I guess it was like a weight loss place, but they had these machines that like exercised for you, it seemed like. I don't really know, but when they did my consultation, it was going to be like ridiculously expensive, and I couldn't afford that. So I went home and cried. But then, I don't know, I resolved myself that I was going to do this. I went to the grocery store and I bought a bunch of canned roast beef and brown rice. And I ate that almost all the time. Um, yeah, it was not good. It was not good for me. But I started to lose weight. I started going to like, you know, over the years from that point, I kept trying. Um, I still got made fun of because of my weight. If you watched my other video about Lume, I had a lot of body odor issues because of my weight and because I was addicted to sugar and carbs. So the candida that was in me was causing a lot of that, and I would get made fun of. And from it ran the gambit. My family, my spouse, my friends, um, all of them, instead of helping me, would make fun of me. I had this dark stuff on my skin. It was mostly on my neck. It was right here. It was behind my ears, in all the folds of my skin, under my arms. Um, I'll put the name of it up here and show you what it looks like. I think I've talked about it before, but it was from a an overgrowth of um, or a lack of B vitamins. It's You can look it up. If you have it or if you know somebody who have it, they're not dirty. It's a treatable condition. And I had it. And it was very embarrassing. I got called, told that I wasn't bathing and that I was dirty, and combine that with the smell. And I couldn't really, convince anybody otherwise. So, excuse me. So yeah, 25, I started really pushing myself to lose weight. And in 2000, I went to Florida to my sibling's wedding, and I'll put the picture of that right here. And I had lost, I think, 60 pounds at that point. So I was really feeling motivated, and I continued, and by the time I turned 27, it was 2001, I had lost 120 pounds. And it was only about 6 months, 6 or 8 months, that I had been really working on it. So that was, what, 22 years ago, that I lost the first 120 pounds. And I have some pictures from that time. I'll put them right here. That was the same time that I met my husband right now. And my weight fluctuated over the next, until 2014. I would go up 20 pounds, down 20 pounds, up 30. I had gone up 50 because I went on a sugar binge again. And in 2014, I'll put a picture right here of that. I embarked on another weight loss journey. That was when I stopped eating sugar. And I lost another, at that point, I was at 290 and I got down to 150. So my total weight loss from 300 was down to 150. So I lost half of myself. Like, I lost one whole me worth of weight. And now I fluctuate between 145 and 150, like 7. And I'm okay with that. I had gotten down to like 143 at one point, and I'll put a picture of what that looked like. It wasn't very sustainable for me because I was at that time biking to and from work 8 miles. 8 miles there, 8 miles home. And walking everywhere. That was when we lived in Portland. Like, I walked everywhere because I didn't have a vehicle, and sometimes taking the bus took longer than it did just to walk. So I literally walked everywhere. And it was nice, but it didn't really make me feel any better. So I was like, it's fine. But yeah, fast forward to now, and I feel incredible, and I look really good considering how old I am. I do have, just a little bit of loose skin that you can see around my face, like my jawline, because as you can see from the pictures, my face was really big. I carried a lot of weight in my face. And so it left me with some looser skin. I have a lot of loose skin in my arm, in my lower stomach, and in my thighs. But you know what? It shows me where I've been. I don't hate it. I've come to terms with it. I love who I am now. I have embarked on a journey, and I kept the weight off for 22 years, which is amazing. I know people who've had, and I didn't have gastric bypass. I couldn't afford it at the time. And that now I'm glad that I couldn't. I really am glad that God was watching out for me this whole time. I know He led me on this journey. He was holding my hand, even though I didn't believe in Him at the time. He was really the reason that I made the progress that I did. And the reason that I did it on my own. And I have nothing against anybody who gets gastric bypass. My problem with that surgery is that a lot of times it fails because the people who get it don't learn anything from it. It's instant. It's almost instant. Really and truly, if you are morbidly obese, if you are 100 or more pounds overweight. I think 80 is morbidly obese. 80 or more pounds overweight. If you just change your diet, your body will almost instantly try to get you back on track, and you will drop weight like crazy. Like I said, I literally lost 120 pounds in like 6 or 8 months. It was amazing. I was shocked. So that's really all that you need to do. It's hard. And a lot of people ask me what my secret was. And honestly, it was just changing my diet and exercising. And it's amazing how many people just don't want to do that. And when I was in this situation, they didn't have the body positive movement. And I honestly don't feel very good about that movement, because eating to the point where you get to be that size is a lack of self-discipline. And self-discipline is important. You're not going to get anywhere in life if you're not disciplined, and you will see yourself failing in every other way besides the weight that you have. I'm glad that the body positive movement was not around, because I would probably still be morbidly obese and incredibly unhealthy. It's not healthy. No matter what anybody says, it is not healthy. You can barely walk. You can barely breathe. I could barely breathe most of the time. I couldn't walk very far. Going up and down stairs was painful. My knees always hurt. My back always hurt. My joints were always hurting. I always was exhausted from carrying around so much weight. It's not healthy. People tell each other and themselves these things. Just do what makes you happy. Eat all the donuts. Don't do that. Don't do it. It's not good for you. Find a place of discipline for yourself. And I'm not saying beating yourself up, like saying, oh, I'm fat, I'm ugly. That's beating yourself up. Discipline is saying, I want to eat that whole cake right there and having a salad instead. That's self-discipline. Doing what's right for you, even when you want to do the thing that is easy. Because eating healthy is what's right. Eating donuts all day is easy. So, if you want to disagree with me on that, I'm fine with it. We're each on our own journey. These are the things that I've learned and how I kept off, 150 pounds for 22 years. There was no secret. I didn't use a pill. I didn't use a surgery. I used discipline. You see my grocery hauls. You know what I eat every day. You've seen my refrigerator. Yeah, I eat the same things every day because I know their calorie count and I know they're healthy for me. I switch it up every once in a while, not very much. Usually my dinner, breakfast, and lunch are always the same. Miso soup for breakfast and eggs with spinach and mushrooms for lunch. So I like it. I can't help it. Um, I've even gotten away from most of the keto desserts just because I was finding myself getting like eating them a lot more than I should. They're not a health food. They don't have the same calories as regular sugar. They're not as bad for you as things like aspartame and sucralose. Sucralose is the worst. Well, aspartame is pretty bad, but yeah, stay away from those guys. They're better than that, but they're still not a health food. So I've been staying away from those. I allow myself to eat them 1 or 2 weeks. 1 or 2 times a week. That's it. And it's discipline. I don't want to get back into the habit of eating things that aren't healthy for me. So I limit myself. Fasting is a discipline. Making my bed every day is a discipline. Cleaning my house every day is a discipline. I'm not punishing myself. I'm improving my life. Not being a hoarder anymore is self discipline. And it's what's good for us, it's what's healthy for us. It helps us grow as people. So I know this is getting incredibly long. So I'm going to end it here. Let me know what you think about these. I'm working on some other stuff, but I kind of wanted to get like my whole why I'm a hoarder, where that came from. And when I've been reflecting on that, I've been getting more brave about talking about my actual life. So, yeah. But now you know why, like, one of the many steps on the path that I was on to becoming a hoarder. It's all about control, and it's all about not loving myself enough to do what was right for me at the time. I now love myself enough to have that self discipline. I actually just saw a quote, and I'm going to put it right here for you. It's beautiful, about self discipline. Self discipline is self love. Treating yourself is not, it's indulgent, and occasionally it's okay. I don't even do like food treats anymore at all. If I eat like a keto snack, I don't consider it a treat. It's just what I wanted, and I limit myself with it. I treat myself to things that are nice, like a new outfit or a haircut. um, but yes, self discipline is self love. Treating yourself is a little bit of self care, but mostly a reward. Reward yourself for doing good, reward yourself for being disciplined. That's okay, but make that commitment to be disciplined, and you're going to grow so much. It's going to be life changing. My life has changed in amazing ways over the last few years. And I want everybody to know how amazing it has been, you know? And it's been getting even better since I allowed God back into my life. And if that's not for you, that's okay. I don't hate you. I love you. But this is my amazing journey. And I think that everybody, can benefit from the knowledge that I've gained. So I've been kind of mixing up cleaning and also because just putting it on my other channel, you have to go to a different place and it's all me. So I think I'm going to utilize that other channel more for like my Reiki stuff and my meditations. And I'm just going to integrate my journey right here, where my delightful life came from and how I became a happy wife. And of course, my delightful life came from my name because my name is Delight. And I never lived up to that name until I just started being able to. So now I can call my life as delightful as my name. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my vulnerability, sharing my that past self with you. Let me know in the comments, are you on your own journey? And, if you want to know more about what I did to get where I am, let me know. Anyway, I will see you all on Monday, where we're going to be cleaning out my car and cleaning the porch. The chairs out there. We'll clean the other chair. I did the other one on my lunch break. But yeah, just let me know what you think of this new thing. And I will see you all Monday with some car cleaning. We got to get winter out of my car before winter's back again. Oh, and I'm going to be going to Florida. So you'll be seeing that coming up in August. It's going to fly by. So anyway, I will see you all later. See you Monday, and take care of yourselves. Bye.